My name is Marietta Mehanni, and this week I'm going to show you a combination, two movements put together. One of them is the pendulum, and the second one is the ski, I call it the ski jump, but I know that some people call these cross-country skis, but moguls, whatever you want to call it, right? You get to choose what you want to call the moves. I am not the source of all move names. I usually just, they're names that I started using years ago, because I used to call this scissors, but now I call cross-country ski because that seems to be the internationally recognized way of calling it. But this has not changed for me. I call these skis, like, I don't know, because you ski sideways like that. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the topic, and that is the two moves that I'm putting together. Let me show you. I really like it. There's something that flows really well. It's like you do something that lifts the leg out to the side, and then you're grounding yourself down. It's a good heart rate exercise. You want to ensure that people are pushing up vertically. So pushing up vertically with the pendulum, and then you'll try and get your legs as far as they can possibly go from side to side. And what makes this work is that once you've completed your final jump here, it feels really good to go back out into that pendulum. Now, ideally the arms are doing something similar. Admittedly, I was doing a little bit of a figure of 8 with my pendulum because it slows my pendulum down just slightly, because this takes a bit more effort, and so to make these moves work well together and go at the same tempo, I've slowed my pendulum down by adding a much bigger arm line. Okay, so good heart rate exercise. It feels great to do. And I'm doing 4 of each right now. But you could certainly go ahead and do more repetitions over or less. So you can go pendulum and tuck, and pendulum and tuck. I would also recommend then trying it with the opposite leg lifting first. So I was using my right leg all the time then, but switch over to the left, because it is different what you feel on each side. It feels like my right leg was working much harder then than what my left leg was. So I would recommend that you do it on the left as well as, well, on the right and on the left as well. And that is this week's Aqua Tip. Well, for this particular movement pattern, you definitely need something to be able to demonstrate the exercises effectively, whether it be a chair or an aqua frame. So how would you do it if you didn't have any of those things available? Well, you would teach the pendulum. Now remember that when I was in the pool, I was doing a figure of 8 action. So fingers spread apart, arms completely lengthened out so that we're not doing it like this up here. So keep your arms nice and long, which will also keep your legs nice and straight. Russell has decided to be part of this Aqua Tip today. And then when you're doing the ski jumps, you can then demonstrate like this and then explain that you want them to lift their knees up. Not that easy. So what if you have only a chair option? So with the chair option, excuse me Russell, I know you like to be the star of the show, but let's put you over here. Okay, so where I would use the chair is after I've demonstrated the pendulum. So you teach them the pendulum movement with that figure of 8 action, sweeping over the legs and trying to bring the foot into the center, and then you sit on the chair to then demonstrate that side to side ski jump. and you would use your arms in the opposite direction at all times. So when you're doing the combination, and say we're doing 4 of each, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, back up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the advantage of using the frame is that you can really show the sort of level of intensity, but then you have to demonstrate the arms separately. So I would prefer to turn the frame around this way, and then you can demonstrate the pendulum with just the legs and add the arms afterwards, and then demonstrate that side to side jump. And when you use the frame, you can really show height and intensity with this, and also take your legs further across. People often ask me, how do you use the frame? Well, you need a bit of upper body strength, and I hope that as aqua instructors we can get that. But the key thing here is to shift your weight forwards and hold your weight over the frame so that you can actually lift your legs up and go from side to side without much impact going through your lower body. And then you'd need to demonstrate the arms as the legs go from one side to the other. This is great for demonstrating the combination, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you would let go and demonstrate the arms and pull across. The key thing with this particular workout, or these moves for a good workout, is to demonstrate this real pull across the body with the arms, and to try to get the legs as far across when they do that ski jump. It flows so well. So if you're an instructor, please try this out in the water yourself first, because it's one of those moves that I really liked putting together. And I hope that today you enjoy this aqua tip.